Your ability will be unknown if you lack audacity. Yes, your ability will be unknown if you lack audacity. And nothing gives publicity like audacity. Yes, nothing gives publicity like audacity. Great evening, guys. Thank you so very much for joining us today on the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade. I'm super excited that we are doing this today. This is the first of our transition to YouTube, and I'm super glad. I'm super excited. Please let me know where you're watching from. I'm super excited to have you here on the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade. You see, we do this every Sundays, basically from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., and we basically get to do four things. Number one, we get to take your questions. So if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask your questions, and we gladly take them. Number two, we get to share with you the upgrade mastery tip for the week. And yes, for this week, the upgrade mastery tip for this week is the upgrade mastery tip for this week. Number three, we get to connect, network, and bond because we strongly believe that connecting, networking, and bonding is very, very crucial in today's world. And finally, number four, we got to have fun. Yes, we got to have fun because I strongly believe that if learning is not fun, there is no learning at all. So we get to have fun while we do the upgrade live with Mr. Upgrade. I'm super excited to be here. I don't know about you, but I'm excited and I can't wait for us to get right into the conversation today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining. Feel free to share the link of the channel to other people so that they too can be a part of it and they too can get to join us when we do this live every Sundays, 7 p.m. through to 8 p.m. Okay, so are you ready? Let's get the show on the road. Now, on the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade, we always basically start off with 5 questions. Yes, we always start off with basic 5 questions. And the basic 5 questions help us to lay the foundation on the conversation so that you can have a better understanding of everything that we're going to be doing. Yes, so we basically get to take our basic 5 questions. Now, the basic 5 questions go thus, right? Question number one. Yes, question number one. What is audacity? Right? What is audacity? What is audacity? When you hear the word audacity, what comes to your mind? When you hear the word audacity, what comes to your mind? I think I should bring my globe somewhere so it can be in the frame. Yeah, I love the globe, right? Now, when you hear audacity, what comes to mind? What comes to mind for you? When you hear the word audacity, what is the thing that comes to mind for you? Like audacity, what does that mean? What does that mean? What comes to your mind whenever you hear audacity? Now, I'm going to tell you what audacity means. Now, one of the interesting things about what we do is the fact that we don't share what you will find anywhere, right? So the learning that we give, you won't find them on Google, you won't find them on Chat GPT, you won't find them anywhere. So that's why you have to pay attention to everything that we do here because it always gets interesting. Now, what is audacity? What is your definition of audacity? When you hear the word audacity, what comes to your mind? When you hear audacity, what comes to your mind? Now, I'll tell you what audacity means, right? Audacity, what it means, and what you should know it to be. Now, audacity, it is the best expression of who you are. Follow me closely. Audacity is the best expression of who you are, what you know, and what you can do. Did you get that? Audacity is the best expression of who you are, what you know, and what you can do. That is audacity. So when you hear audacity, what should come to your mind is who you are, what you know, and what you can do. That is audacity. It's a product of who you are, what you know, and what you can do. Right? So that is audacity. Tonight, I believe that it begins to ring a bell for you when you've seen people who have displayed audacity in time past. It's the best expression of who you are, what you know, and what you can do. That is audacity. That is audacity. Now, question number two. Remember, we said there are basic 5 questions. So, question number two is simple. Who's responsible for audacity? We know what audacity is. Who now is responsible for audacity? Who's responsible for audacity? What do you think? What is your guess? I guess your guess is as good as mine. You are responsible for audacity. Yes, you are responsible for audacity. You are the one responsible for audacity. No one else is responsible for audacity. Because audacity is the best expression of who you are, who you are, what you know, and what you can do. So you are responsible for audacity. So if you have audacity, it's your responsibility. You lack audacity, is also your responsibility. So you are responsible for audacity. You are responsible, no one else but you. Right now, question number three. Question number three is why audacity? Why do we have to talk about audacity? Why audacity? Like, why audacity? Is it not something is it something that even should be a bother for us? Why audacity? Why audacity? And I'll tell you why audacity. I'll tell you why audacity. Now, there are 3 reasons why audacity. 3 reasons why audacity. Number one is shamelessness. People who have audacity, people who are audacious, guys, they are shameless. Yes. The number one reason for audacity is shamelessness. So the people who have audacity, guess what? They're shameless. They're shameless. They really don't have anything called shame. That's why they're audacious. There is no shame. See, the reason why sometimes you don't get to do what you should have done is because you have shame. You have some level of shame. But the one who has audacity is shameless. Really don't care. Shameless. So you need to understand this. So the number one reason why audacity is shamelessness. There is no shame. There is no shame. There's no shame. Now, the second reason why audacity is boldness. Boldness. The one who has audacity is very, very bold. The one who has audacity is very bold. The person is bold. Is boldness personified. So you must understand that why audacity? Boldness. Boldness. The person is not timid. The person is not shy. The person is bold. Bold. So the second reason why audacity is boldness. You can look people in the face and tell them what it is you have to tell them. You're bold. That's audacity. You are bold. Boldness. Second reason why audacity. Right? Now, the third reason why audacity, simple. The third reason why audacity is faith. Faith. Third reason why audacity is faith. Now, the person who has audacity has a strong faith, has a strong level of faith. So you literally cannot practice audacity without the form of faith, because what you're standing up for, what you're doing, is a reflection of your faith. So you see, the third reason why audacity is faith. People who portrayed audacity, people who displayed audacity, they have faith. They have faith. So these are three reasons why audacity. Number one, shamelessness. Number two, boldness. And number three, faith. Three reasons why audacity: shamelessness, boldness, and faith. Shamelessness, boldness, and faith. These are three reasons why audacity: shamelessness, boldness, and faith. Right now, the fourth question, right? We have basic 5 questions. Now, the fourth question is, what are the benefits of audacity? What are the benefits of audacity? What are the benefits? Now, we told you what audacity is. We've told you who's responsible for audacity. We've also shared with you why audacity. Now, the question number 4 is benefits of audacity. What are the benefits you have when you have audacity? What are the benefits of audacity? What are the benefits of audacity? Now, I'm going to share with you 3 benefits of audacity. I'll put this more in the frame. Yeah. 3 benefits of audacity. Okay. So I got that right where I wanted to be in the frame. Right? 3 benefits of audacity. Number 1, you get what you demand. Now, the person who has audacity always gets what he or she demands. Yes, the one who has audacity always gets what he or she demands. So, the reason why you have audacity is because you are not going to just succumb to anything. You are standing up for what you believe. You are making demands for what you want. And one of the benefits for someone who has audacity is the fact that the person gets what he or she demands because of the audacity. So this is literally mind-blowing to know. This is literally mind-blowing to know, mind-boggling to see that the one who has audacity always gets what he or she demands. Don't worry, later in the conversation, I'm going to share with you some examples of people who displayed audacity and they got whatever it is they demanded. It's audacity, guys. So one of the first benefits of audacity is that you will get what you demand. And remember, we always say this, that you don't get what you deserve, you get what you demand. And one way to demand what it is you want is to be audacious, to have audacity. That's how you get what you demand. Second benefit of audacity is you become fearless. You become fearless. The second benefit of audacity is that you become fearless. Now, you see, when people do things, people are afraid, people are scared, right? When you have audacity, you become fearless. You become fearless. So you have literally no fears. Literally no fears. You're fearless because you have audacity. Do you get that? So the second benefit of one who has audacity is that the person is fearless. The person is fearless. Right? Number 1, I said that the person gets what he or she demands. Number 2, the person is fearless. The person is fearless. And then number 3, the person only sees possibilities and opportunities. The one who has audacity only sees possibilities and opportunities. So the person does not see the negativity. The person doesn't see the challenges. The person only see the positivity, the possibilities, and the opportunities. So these are the three benefits of Audacity. Number one, you get what you demand. Number two, you become fearless. And number three, you only see possibility and opportunity. So these are the benefits of Audacity. These are the benefits of Audacity. Number one, you get what you demand. Number two, you become fearless. And then number three, interestingly, you only see possibilities and opportunities because you have Audacity. See, guys, one of the things you need to develop yourself in moving forward in your life journey is to equip yourself with Audacity. There's literally nothing you cannot do if you have Audacity. That's the truth. There's literally nothing you cannot do if you have Audacity. So you have to equip yourself. You have to equip yourself with Audacity. Otherwise, you just watch life pass you by and you only have yourself to blame for it. Now, question number 5. Remember, it's 5 questions. Question number 5 is, when is the best time for Audacity? When is the best time for Audacity? When is the best time for Audacity? The last best time for Audacity was yesterday. The next best time for Audacity is now. Now is the next best time for Audacity. Now. And let me tell you this, guys. Audacity is not follow come. No one is born with Audacity. It is a trait that is learned, practiced, and mastered. Did you get that? Audacity is not follow come. There's nobody who was born with Audacity. Anyone who you see that is audacious and have Audacity is because the person learned it, the person practiced it, and the person have mastered it. And when is the best time for you is now. Now is the best time for you to get on that journey to learn, practice, and master Audacity. Right? Okay, so now let's get into Audacity itself so that we can have an understanding of what it is. Right? Let's get into Audacity itself. Let's get into Audacity. Now, the word Audacity, 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 Audacity. Now, let's get into Audacity, right? So that you can have a better understanding of the whole conversation. The A in Audacity is awareness. Now, if you look around, anyone who has Audacity always have awareness. There's always the awareness that the person possesses. Right? Anyone who has Audacity always have awareness. There's always awareness. See, the reason why you would have Audacity to be bold is because you are aware. There's something that you know. And the thing you know, you are also conscious of it. So anyone who has Audacity has awareness. Has awareness. And trust me, guys, there's so much about awareness. So much about awareness. A friend Emmanuel just put out a podcast episode on awareness, and he explained about awareness. So just in case you need to listen to that episode, just go on Wow FM and look out for Let's Talk Podcast with Emmanuel. Today's episode is on awareness. I probably will drop the link on the comment in case you want to listen to it, right? So you need to have awareness. So Audacity begins with awareness. You know for certain who you are. You know for certain what you can do, right? Because we said earlier that Audacity is an expression of who you are, what you know, and what you can do. And that comes from awareness. That comes from awareness, guys. That comes from awareness, right? That comes from awareness. Okay. The A in Audacity is awareness, right? Now, the U in Audacity is understanding. Now, I have awareness, but I also have understanding, right? I know that it is understanding that makes you outstanding. So I have awareness, but I also have understanding. I have understanding. So I'm not just aware in isolation, I have understanding in what I have awareness on. Follow me closely. Follow me closely because this gets interesting, right? So the A in Audacity is awareness. The U in Audacity is understanding. So there's a certain level of understanding that I have that gives me audacity. Are you getting it? There's a certain level of understanding that you possess that gives you audacity. Because like scripture says that they that know their God, Daniel 11:32b, they that know their God, they will be strong and they will do exploits. So because they know, there is the understanding. And that's what gives them the strength to do the exploits. So audacity comes from understanding. First, the A is awareness, the U is understanding. The U is understanding, right? The U is understanding. So, what understanding do you have? It is that understanding, trust me, that gives you audacity. It is that understanding, nothing else, nothing more. It is that understanding that gives you audacity. The D in audacity is discipline. Now, because you are aware, because you have understanding, it becomes easy for you to discipline yourself. You see, we live in a world where there's so much indiscipline everywhere. A lot of people are indisciplined, right? But because you have an awareness of who you are, you have an understanding of who you are, that causes you to be disciplined. So you are not like everybody else, you are disciplined. And that is what gives you the audacity that you have. You're disciplined. So you know what to do, when to do it. One of the key points of discipline for me is having the mastery of the most important two words: yes and no. Discipline is having the mastery of the most important two words: yes and no. Knowing when to say yes and knowing when to say no. Discipline. And the D in audacity is discipline. So anyone who you see that have audacity has a level of discipline. Has a level of discipline. The A in audacity is ability. Right? Your ability. You know what you can do. See, when scripture talks about the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, it talks about the master giving the servants talents according to their ability. So to one he gave 5, to another he gave 2, and to one he gave 1. Right? But according to their ability. Now, one of the things that helps you with audacity is your understanding of your ability. You know what you can do. You have the understanding of your ability. You don't back down, you don't back out, because you know your ability and you put that ability to work. So the second A in audacity is your ability. And then the C in audacity is courage. Courage. Right? Courage. See, the one who has audacity is very courageous. Very courageous. The person has tons of courage. Tons of courage. Metric tons of courage. Very courageous. So the C in audacity is courage. The I in audacity is identity. Remember, we talked about that audacity is the best expression of who you are, identity, who you are. In Acts chapter 19, the demon possessed told the seven sons of Sceva, and they said, who was trying to cast out the demon possessed, saying, in the name which Paul preached. And the demon said to them, Jesus I know, Paul I know. Who are you? See, the reason you have audacity is because you know your identity. You know your identity. I mentioned it earlier. Daniel 11:32b. They that know their God is an identity. Audacity is an outshoot of identity. You know yourself. They that know their God shall be strong and will do exploit. You know yourself. You know yourself. So, the I in audacity is your identity. The reason you have audacity is because you know your identity. You know your identity. And we live in a world where people are suffering from identity crisis. Yeah, a lot of people are suffering from identity crisis. They don't know themselves. So, because they don't know themselves, they are being battered left, right, and center by different identities because they don't know who they are. I know one of the first things that anybody needs in life is to have a strong conviction of your identity. Who are you? Who are you? And when we talk who are you, we're not talking about your name. We're not talking about your name. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? So you must understand that the I in audacity is identity. What's your identity? What's your identity? That's what will give you audacity because you know who you are. Because we said that audacity is the best expression of who you are, what you know, and what you can do. Who you are, what you know, and what you can do. Right? So the I is identity. Now the T in audacity is trust. The one who has audacity has an insane level of trust. Insane level of trust. Trust in God, trust in what they're doing, trust in their ability. They have an insane, over the roof level of trust. Trust. Right? So, this is what we want you to understand. This is what we want you to understand. The T in audacity is trust. And we're going to explain it further as we make progress, right? And then finally, the Y in audacity is you. Yep. The Y in audacity is you. You. The Y is you. So, like I said, you either have audacity or you don't. There are no two ways around it. There are no middle grounds. You either have audacity or you don't. So this is what audacity is. Audacity. Awareness, understanding, discipline, ability, courage, identity, trust, and you. That is audacity. Now, I want you to understand this. Audacity is your absolute trust in the capacity and the ability of God to deliver without fail. Audacity is your ability. It's your ability and to trust in the capacity and the ability of God to deliver without fail. right? Audacity is your ability that you trust in the capacity. Audacity is your absolute trust, your absolute trust in the capacity and the ability of God to deliver without fail. So, one of the reasons you have audacity is because you have the absolute trust in the ability and the capacity of God to deliver without fail. Now, let's look at some examples of audacity that would help us, right? Some examples, right? So that it begins to drive home the point. So it's easy for you to take it in, right? It's easy for you to take it in. Now, let's make progress. You see, audacity is a proof of your awareness and consciousness. The reason why you would demonstrate audacity is a proof of your awareness and your consciousness. Remember, they that know their God, they will be strong and they will do exploits. So the reason why you will go out with audacity is because you have the awareness and consciousness. You have awareness and consciousness. And you see, until you become aware and conscious of who you are, you can't have audacity. Until you become conscious and aware of who you are, you can't have audacity. You can only try, but you can't have audacity until you become aware and conscious of who you are. Now, you see this, nothing gives audacity like the understanding of your identity. So you see how all of these things tie up together. Nothing gives you audacity like the understanding of your identity. The reason you have audacity is because you know your identity. You know who you are. The people who lack audacity, they don't know their identity. They are not aware of who they are. Now, when you look at identity, there are three key things in identity. Remember, Daniel 11:32b, it says, they that know their God will be strong and will do exploits. So when it comes to your identity, there are three key things you must look out for. Know, strong, exploit. Now that is what shows in audacity, because you know, then you are strong, and then you can do exploit. It's as simple as that, guys. It's literally as simple. It's literally as simple as that. You know, you're strong, and you can do exploit. It's as simple that there's no hard and fast about that. It's that simple. It's that easy. You know, you're strong, you can do exploit. You know, you're strong, you can do exploit. That sums up audacity. Because nothing gives you audacity like an understanding of identity. Because you know yourself. You know yourself. So you have an understanding of your identity. So that is what gives you audacity. You know yourself. Now, there are three simple things about audacity. Three simple things about audacity that I want you to know. Three simple things about audacity. Number one, who you are. Audacity reveals to you who you are. Or it reveals to you people who have audacity who they are. Right? Three simple things about audacity. Number one, who you are. Number two, what you know. Because what gives you that kind of boldness and courage comes down to what you know. And then number three, what you can do. What you can do. So it's who you are, what you know, what you can do. These are the things that tie up for audacity for you. So these are the three simple things about audacity. One, who you are. 2, what you know. And 3, what you can do. Who you are, what you know, what you can do. Who you are, what you know, what you can do. And then there are two expressions of audacity. There are two expressions of audacity. Number 1, confidence. And number 2, shamelessness. These are two important expressions of audacity: confidence and shamelessness. So when you see these two things in people, those are the things you know that this person or these people have audacity. They have confidence and they have shamelessness. They have no shame. They have no shame. They have no shame. They have confidence and shamelessness. These are the first two things that you will notice that is expressed from people who have audacity: confidence, shamelessness. Now, the one goal of audacity is never back down. Yeah, never back down. And that's what they say in local parlance: not grieve for anybody. Not grieve for anybody. The one goal of audacity is to never back down. Never back down. Never back down. Not grieve for anybody. Never back down. Now, let me give you a few biblical examples of audacity, and that will help us to get a better understanding of this conversation. A few biblical examples of audacity. Number 1, David and Goliath. This is epic, classic example of audacity. You know, Goliath, the giant of Gath, had been talking to the children of Israel for 40 days, like 40 days. He will come out and say, let's not even bother to fight. Bring your champion. I am our champion. If your champion defeats me, then we become your slave. But if I defeat your champion, then you guys become our slave. And he kept cussing at them every day for 40 days. And they were afraid. You know, the army of Israel was afraid. They could not even talk back to Goliath. And then one day, David was sent on an errand by his father to go give his brothers food at the camp. And then when he got to the camp, he heard, just like Goliath had been doing for 40 days, he heard. And then who's that guy? And they say, oh, that's Goliath of God, the champion of the Philistine. He has dared us and insulted us. And David said, what will be given to the man who kills that guy? Hey! Like, literally, this is the same guy that they've been afraid of for 40 days, and a young boy showed up. And his first question is, what will be given to the man who kills that guy? That is audacity. And he said, oh, the king will give him his daughter for wife. His family will no longer pay taxes, yada, yada, yada. And David said, okay, that's fine. That's fine. He said, I'll take him out. And then they took David to go meet King Saul to tell him what he has been talking about. And when King Saul saw David, I was like, you're a young man, you're a boy. This guy has been a fighter from his youth. And David said, look at audacity. Remember, confidence and shamelessness. David said, see, there was a day I was taking care of my father's sheep. And then a lion came and attacked one of the sheep. I caught it by the beard and I killed it. So I was like, you know they grieve for anybody. And then he said, another day, I was taking care of my father's sheep again, and then a bear came and took one of the sheep, and I went after it and I killed it. And Saul was like, "Hmm." And then David said, that's the same thing I'm going to do to this Philistine. And then Saul said, okay, let me give you my armor to wear. And David wore the armor and he could not move and said, no, 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 I can't do this. I've never tried this. I can't do this. Let me go with what I know to do. Remember, audacity is about who you are, what you know, what you can do. Never forget that. Who you are, what you know, what you can do. And then David went. And David went. And then guess what? Guess what happened? Goliath saw him. I was like, am I a dog? That you are sending this guy to me? Am I a dog? And they started to curse David, and David replied him audacity, boldness, shamelessness, faith. David replied him and said, you come to me with your spear and your weapon. Say, but I come to you in the name of the God of Israel, the God of the armies of Israel, who you have defiled. And today I'm going to take your head off your shoulders and give your carcasses to the birds of the air. That is audacity. And scripture says, and there was no sword in David's hand. There was no sword in David's hand. And true to what David said, Goliath charged towards him. David ran towards Goliath with one stone. He threw his stone with the sling and it hit Goliath, and Goliath fell on the floor, and David took out Goliath's own sword and cut off Goliath's head. Flawless victory. But it started out with audacity that David had. It started out with audacity. Second example, Elisha, 2 Kings chapter 7. You know, there had been a severe famine in 2 Kings chapter 6 where people started to eat their own kids, right? And then Elisha showed up in 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 1 and said, by this time tomorrow, there will be abundance even in the midst of this scarcity and famine. He said there will be abundance. The bag of barley will be, 2 bags of barley will be sold for 1 shekel. That things are going to be cheap in severe famine by this time tomorrow. And then the captain with the king said, even if God opened the windows of heaven, this will not be possible. Audacity. Elisha replied him. He said, you will see it, but you will not partake of it. And guess what? Down the line in that same story, in 2 Kings chapter 7, the 4 lepers, they asked themselves, why sit we here and die? If we stay here, you will die of hunger. If we go to the camp of the Syrian, they probably will kill us. So let's even just go. And as they started they started to work towards the camp of the Syrian, God amplified their feet, and it sounded like a marching army. And all the Syrians fled the camp. By the time the lepers got to the camp was empty. Everybody gone. Everybody gone. And then they started to eat and enjoy, and then they stop and say, what we are doing is wicked. Let's go back and tell the king what has happened. And then they went to tell the king. The king first sent out people to go and spy out to see if it's actually true. And then they discovered that it was true, and then everybody rushed down. And then the king put this captain in charge. And as the people were trooping down, they trampled over him and he died. Just like Elisha had said, he saw it, but he did not partake of it. Audacity. How do you have the audacity to say by this time tomorrow in a thick, severe famine where people were literally killing and eating their kids? Audacity. The third example of audacity that I want you guys to look at is the Syrophoenician woman. You know, the woman came to meet Jesus asking for help for the daughter that was possessed. And Jesus said, it's not meat that I will give what is meant for the children to the dogs. So literally, Jesus called the woman a dog, right? And then the woman's reply that even the dog, they feed off the crumbs from the master's table. Even the dog, even the dog, they feed off the crumbs from the master's table. That was audacity. That was audacity from the Syrophoenician woman. That was audacity. And then Jesus looked at her. Jesus looked at her like, this woman gets it. This woman gets it because what is in the crumbs is what is in the loaf. She gets it, right? That was audacity, right? That was audacity. That was audacity. Now, the final example that I want to talk with us about is final example I want to talk with us about on audacity is Peter and John at the beautiful gate. Right? In Acts chapter 3, Peter and John were going to the temple at the time of prayers, and then they met the man at the beautiful gate asking for alms. And then Peter told the man, look on us. And then the man looked, and Peter said, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, give I thee. In the name of Jesus, rise up and walk. Hiya. That is audacity. That is audacity. Such as I have. Such as I have. That is audacity, guys. That is audacity. So you see, these are biblical examples of the display of audacity. Some of them. There are many more, but these are just few that I want you to look at to see that this thing called audacity is not child's play. And it's something that you should have in your life. Now, you see, nothing amplifies your capacity like having audacity. Nothing amplifies your capacity like having audacity. So you want your capacity to be amplified, you need audacity. Because see, sometimes people may not even know who you are until you show up with audacity. Until you show up. Because nothing would amplify your capacity like audacity. See, I have discovered that there are three reasons why people lack audacity. Yeah. There are three reasons why people lack audacity. Three reasons why people lack audacity. You want to know? I'll tell you. There are three reasons why people lack audacity. Number one, their past mistakes and failures. Now, because of their past mistake and failures, they no longer have audacity anymore. That's why some people don't have audacity. They look at their past mistakes, they look at their failures, and they're like, ugh. That's why people don't have audacity. Their past mistakes and their failures. Another reason why people don't have audacity is because of their trauma and the guilt that they carry. The trauma that they have been through and the guilt that they carry. The trauma that they have been through and the guilt that they carry. right? The trauma that they have been through and the guilt that they carry. That's why people don't have audacity. Trauma and guilt. That's what's keeping them back. That's why you don't have audacity. Trauma and guilt. And then the third reason why people don't have audacity is their background and their experiences. The background they're coming from and their experiences. That's the third reason why people don't have audacity. So these are three reasons I have discovered why people don't have audacity. Their past mistakes and failures, their trauma and guilt, their background and experiences. But then I also realize that when it comes to audacity, it is act first and then think later. I'll say that again so you can get it. When it comes to audacity, it is act first and then think later. Because the truth is, people who are thinking before they act, many times they suffer from analysis paralysis. They keep thinking, and then they do nothing. So when it comes to audacity, act first and then think later. And see these guys. The truth is this: evil is propagated with audacity. Now, this one will shock you, right? This one literally will shock you. Evil is propagated with audacity. How do I know? Let me give you some examples. Remember when the serpent went to Eve in the garden, Genesis chapter 3. The serpent told Eve, did God say, have you considered that fruit in the center of the garden? Did God say if you eat of it that you would die? See audacity. The serpent told Eve that when you eat of it, you will become like God. This was Eve that was made in the image and likeness of God. The serpent had audacity. The serpent had audacity. See, Delilah had audacity because Delilah literally told Samson, tell me the secret of your strength so that I may afflict you. Read your Bible, it's there. Tell me the secret of your strength so that I may afflict you. So she had audacity, she wasn't hiding it. And she kept persisting till Samson gave in. Audacity. See, evil is propagated with audacity. Evil is pushed with audacity. It's propagated with audacity. And then, when the tempter came to Jesus in the wilderness, he had the audacity and he said, if you are the Son of God, if you are the Son of God, turn this stone into bread. That's audacity. This was, now, if you read that account in Matthew chapter 3, he had just said, Jesus had just been baptized by John, and then the heavens had opened up, and then the voice was heard that said, this is my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased, right? And then in chapter 4, Jesus gets into the wilderness to fast for 40 days. And then while he was done fasting, the enemy came, the tempter came and said, if thou art the Son of God, see audacity. If thou art the Son of God, turn the stones to bread. And Jesus replied, man shall not live by bread alone. Man shall not live by bread alone. See, guys, evil is propagated with audacity. And the funny thing is this: Audacity is amoral. It can either be used for evil or can be used for good. Audacity is amoral. It can either be used for evil or can be used for good. But see, guys, when it comes to your personal brand or your business, do you have audacity? Like, do you have audacity? We just transitioned from Instagram Live to YouTube, and we have the audacity to say we are going for 1 million subscribers. 1 million subscribers. That's audacity, right? On the podcast, we're going for 1 billion listener. That's audacity. For your personal brand and for your business, do you have audacity? Do you have audacity? Do you have audacity? See, the truth is this: audacity is captivating, it is inspiring, it is contagious. It is captivating, it is inspiring, and it is contagious. Audacity. People can literally see your audacity and it captivates them and it inspires them and then it's contagious for them. They're like, wow, this guy has audacity, man. I'm inspired. I'm captivated by it. It's contagious. See, to thrive in audacity, you must be intentional about what you hear and what you say. I'll say that again. For you to thrive in audacity, you must be intentional about what you hear and what you say. You must be intentional about what you hear and what you say. Because fear comes by hearing, the same way faith comes by hearing. And your words are spirit and life. Death and life are in the power of your tongue. You have whatsoever you say, not whatever you mean. So, audacity, you must be intentional about what you hear and what you say. You must be intentional. And you see, you can begin to change your own story when you start practicing audacity. You can begin to change your own story when you start practicing audacity. See, guys, there are 3 A's for audacity. 3 A's for audacity: awareness, ability, association. These are the 3 A's for audacity: awareness, ability, and association. When it comes to audacity, your awareness is key, your ability is key, and then your association is key. These are what we call the 3 A's of audacity: awareness, ability, and association. Now, understand this, that as a personal brand or as the business brand, you need to have audacity in VPN. What is VPN? You need to have audacity in VPN. Now, what is VPN? Value, price, and network. You must have audacity in VPN, in value, in price, and in network. Have audacity with the value that you offer. Remember, the value is anything that is beneficial, of help, and the solution. So you must have audacity in the value that you offer. 2, your price. You must have audacity about your price. Understand this. That C, cheap is not always good, and good is not always cheap. So your price must be premium. Your price must be premium. You must have audacity with your price. What we do at Upgrade Mastery, we charge in dollars. We have audacity in our pricing. We charge in dollars. You must have audacity in your price. And then the N is network. The network of people you have around you. You must have audacity. See, understand this, that people who lack self-awareness, we take audacity as being proud. People who lack self-awareness, we take audacity as being proud. When people lack self-awareness, they see people who have audacity and they say those people are proud. They are not proud. They are not proud. They just have self-awareness of who they are, and that's what gives them audacity. But because you don't know yourself, you think they are proud. So people who lack self-awareness will take your audacity as pride, as being proud. You're not. You are not. You have good, healthy self-awareness of who you are. And that's what informs your audacity. Now understand this. The scripture says the righteous is as bold as a lion. The righteous is as bold as a lion, which means the righteous has audacity. Yes, the righteous has audacity. See, guys, your capacity, your capability, and your competence can be unknown until you shine with audacity. Yes, your capacity, your capability, and your competence can be unknown until you shine with audacity. You know, scripture says, let your light so shine before men that they will see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So your capacity, your capability, and your competence will be unknown until you shine with audacity. See, guys, nothing stands you out in the crowd like audacity. Nothing stands you out in the crowd like when you have audacity. And see, in 2024 is the year of the supernatural. Yes, it is the year of the supernatural. And you need audacity to make the supernatural your natural. Guys, this is the much that we can take on this conversation on audacity. And I hope that you have learned something today. Like we always say, 3 things will happen for you in this new week. Number one, increased voice of God. Number two, open heavens over your life. And number three, more angelic activities in all that you do. Remember, there's always more on the upgrade side of life. So we encourage you to leave good behind so that you can upgrade. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.